Church family, it is good to see you, sort of. I'm really just looking at myself right now. But I wanted to make a little bit of a video about the idea of sharing and bearing burdens. I've had this book for a while, but I'm going through it again, and it's a really solid book. It's called Side by Side, and it's by a guy named Edward Welch. And the subtitle for the book is Walking with Others in Wisdom and Love. And there's just a couple statements in this book that are really, they're just becoming more powerful to me, and learning to share my neediness better with people, and wanted to share a few things. So here's something he says. He says, those who help best are the ones who both need help and give help. And he says, we all need help. That's simply part of being human. And then later he says this, your neediness qualifies you to help others. He says, we spend too much time concealing our neediness. Being needy is our basic condition. Understanding this, accepting it, and practicing it will make you a better helper. I'm coming to see like some hypocrisy in my own life that at times as a pastor, I want to say to people, man, you can unpack stuff with me. We can spend time together. We can talk about what's going on in your life. Share your neediness with me. But then feeling like it's a sign of strength to not be clear and honest and open about my own neediness. And recognizing that that's not strength. And recognizing that building Christian community looks like both sharing and bearing burdens. That when burdens are shared and then burdens are also bared, that community grows and thrives. And so we can ask the question, what exactly is neediness? Like, how do we define neediness? Because all of us can probably kind of, name what we feel like our needs or things going on in our life where we need help. I feel like here's the best way to define neediness. Think about something in your life that you're a little bit ashamed to share with someone. That's where you're needy. So, think about a character flaw that you have that you're embarrassed to share with somebody. I get angry with my kids. Like, I don't know how to not get angry with my kids. I can't discipline myself to be in the Word. I do not seem to know how to do this in my own life. Or there's this thing in my past I don't feel forgive enough. Those are places of neediness in your life where there is this sense that you don't want to share it. But what's fascinating is those places where you feel that are precisely the places where Jesus wants to work in your life. That's where the gospel can move in you. That's where you can experience His grace as you share that burden and allow people in your community to bear it and give them the opportunity to share theirs as well. And there's just something about that sharing and bearing. It's not this sense of let's offload everything to somebody else, but it's this sense of as I share this with you, the Holy Spirit is going to work in that sharing. And as I bear with you, the Holy Spirit's going to work in that. And He's going to be here. We're not fixing each other, but as we come to each other, the Spirit shows up and helps us unpack it, right? And helps us take it to the cross. I'm growing in sharing my own neediness. And had some cool opportunities this week to do that. And so I just wanted to encourage you. Maybe you're like me. In fact, you look at a church, this is hard for me to say, but it's a place of neediness. You look at a church, and sometimes you can say, where do people struggle in this church? And it's likely that there are people in leadership who struggle there too, because you replicate yourself, you make disciples. And so maybe some of you are like me. You find it hard to share that neediness. Because of pride, fear, whatever it might be. I really encourage you, maybe to get in an accountability relationship, reach out to someone, talk to someone, and take an opportunity to share and bear for the Lord to grow in your life. So, and if you're looking for something to read, like, I know I'm always like talking to you about something to read, and you're probably like, dude, like, we just read the book that you wrote, like, give us a break, man, from something to read. But if you are looking for a book, this book, Side by Side, man, it's like really practical, but also really moving, and it's just really processing. Like, the first half of the book is how do we share our burdens? Like, how do we grow to know what it looks like to share them? And the second half of the book is how do we bear burdens? And really pointing out that building Christian community requires sharing and bearing. So I just wanted to share some of that neediness with you. And I try to do that as I preach on Sundays, and I want to model that well. But I know that I need to grow in it, and there's freedom there. Like, there really is freedom there for the Lord to work in that neediness. So if that's where you are, if there's some of that, like, schedule a coffee time with somebody, schedule a meal with someone, have someone over, like, seek someone out, and take an opportunity just to share and bear with each other, trusting that the Lord will meet you. All right, that's all I've got for you. I'm like at 6 minutes and 13 seconds now, so I better quit so you can get back to your day, and I don't have to take any more of your time. And even as I'm sitting here talking, like, I'm taking, like, we're at 6:24 right now. Like, it just keeps going. I don't know how to stop. Like, I can't quit. You know this, right? All right, I'll quit now, I promise. I love you guys, and I'm praying for you, and share and bear burdens. Peace out.